Welcome to Card of the Day, where we talk about Weiss Schwarz's cards of the day, and today is gonna be a bit of a long one. First card we're gonna talk about is this 1-0 blue Aqua character. She's an adventurer goddess, and she's a vanilla, no effect. Card right after that is gonna be the 0-0 Kazuma. He's a yellow adventurer magic character, and he has this ability: continuous. All of your 1-0 vanilla Aqua characters get 1000 power. So it is this card, and its other ability is that it has a bond with the vanilla as well. And honestly, I don't know if people actually run the bonds. The only bond that I think I've ever ran into was in Bakemonogatari when I was playing some dude in a card shop. Shout out to you, dude. I doubt you're gonna watch this. So the next couple cards are still in Konosuba, but they're not new cards. We have seen these before, so I'm not gonna talk too much about it. The other card that we have is this 3-2 red Megumin, and she's an adventure magic character. So her ability is this: you send the top card of your deck to the waiting room, and then you choose a character on your opponent's side of the field and you destroy that card. So how you figure that out is whatever you sent from your deck to the waiting room, whatever level that card was, that's what you get to pick. It has to be the same exact level. So if you mill a level 2, you can destroy a level 2. If you mill a 3, you can destroy 3, 0, 0. And of course, climaxes are treated at level 0. And this doesn't specifically say it has to be on the center stage. It says like anywhere on the field, so you can pop back row as well, which is pretty damn good. Its next ability is a climax combo. It's you discard something from your hand and you have this card, which we're actually going to talk about next, somewhere on your field, and then you can pay the cost and you do 5 points of damage to your opponent. So this does activate during the encore step. So if your opponent's still around during the battle step, they probably won't be around for that long. So this is a good way to either end the game or just keep your opponent in check. And this is what the climax looks like. It's a gate and it's 1000 plus a soul. Next up is the 0-0 yellow full of anxiety Kazuma, and he also has a climax combo. Auto, discard one adventurer or goddess character. When this climax is placed in your climax area, you may pay the cost. If you do, search your deck for up to one climax, show it to your opponent, add it to your hand, then shuffle your deck afterwards. So play this at a level 2 in the back row, get that climax, you know the one, and you're good. Its other ability is this: act, brainstorm. Pay 1, rest 2 characters. Send the top 4 cards of your deck into the waiting room. For each climax revealed, search your deck for one adventurer goddess character, show it to your opponent and to your hand, shuffle your deck. So it's a searching brainstorm. That's pretty good. The climax we have is this one right here, and what it does is when it's played, it gains 2 of your characters plus 2000 and 1 soul. And I don't think I've ever seen a climax do this. All the other climaxes that I know of, like let's say Diary, this gives 2000 plus a soul to only one of your characters. To make this card not so fucking broken, they did remove the draw effect that these kinds of cards usually have. Konosuba's done with, off to Vivid Strike. So the card we have today is this 3-2 green Fuka character. She's a fighter Kaiser Arts. She has 2 abilities. The first one's this: continuous. For each of your other fighter characters, this gets plus 500. So it does go to 11,500. And if you have back row support... Wait a minute, what's its other ability? Auto, when this is placed on the stage from your hand or via change, you may heal 1. Oh, okay. So this is kind of like the Aqua that I covered a couple days ago. Although, this says from hand or change. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, Lunchbox, what's the card we're gonna change from? My camera died. I should have charged it. The other Fuka card that we have is 2-1. She's also a green fighter Kaiser Arts, and she has the 2 abilities. The first one is this: auto, when this is placed on the stage from your hand, reveal the top card of your deck. If that card is a level 1 or lower, send it to your clock. Climaxes are treated as level 0. Are you most likely gonna reveal level 1 or lower? Yeah, the odds are pretty high. Its other ability is a change ability, and it is this: change, pay 1, discard 2 fighter characters from your hand. At the start of your climax phase, you may pay the cost. If you do, you could get the 3-2 Fuka, which is the one we just talked about, from your waiting room and place it on the stage where this was. That's pretty good. You do get a level 3 straight from the waiting room, although it would be better if it was, you know, from the hand you get like -1 level, but those are mostly booster pack cards. The other good thing is that the level 3 Fuka does get its heal ability, so that's good. So off to Chain Chronicle, we do have the 0-0 red card, and she's Marina and a mana weapon character. And she has 2 abilities. Her first one is this: continuous. All cards in front of this get plus 500. The next ability is is the one that people are interested in. It is this. Auto, send this card to your waiting room. When one of your other mana characters is sent from the stage to the waiting room, if this is in your back row, you may pay the cost. If you do, return that character to the stage in its rest position. This ability is really great. This card is exclusively for the back row, so unless if you're in a really tight bind, you're not going to put this in the front stage. Its assist ability is, standard, plus 500, but its other ability is for any mana character, which is the entire archetype. So this card combos really well with a lot of cards in the set. So yeah, this may be a staple. Off to Love Life Sunshine. I am thinking about doing a video where we just look at not all of the Love Life Sunshine cards, but all the interesting ones. But I don't know, we'll see. The card that we have today is this 2/2 yellow Yoshiko Tsushima, and she is a music demon character. And she has 3 abilities. Her first ability is, this card gets plus 1000 power for each marker underneath this card. How do you get the markers though? Auto, when this card's battle opponent becomes reversed, you may put the top card of your deck underneath this card as a marker. So that's okay. It is a pay 2, and this can't go up forever, pretty much. But you do have to keep it on the field. You have to keep it alive as much as possible. And you need to buff it up with, back row support, climaxes. You gotta keep it alive with backups. It is when the other opponent becomes reversed. So if you attack and let's say your opponent uses a backup on you and this card becomes reversed, well, we got that covered. Auto, put 2 cards from your hand into the waiting room. When this card becomes reversed in battle, if the number of your other music characters is 4 or more, you may pay the cost. If you do, rest this card and reverse that card's battle opponent. So in a way, it is an anti-backup, just in case if your opponent decides to be cute and try to do shit. And the cost for the effect is just 2 cards. Doesn't have to be characters, doesn't have to be events, doesn't have to be climaxes, just 2 anythings. But this is really situational. This is if your opponent uses a backup and then this card gets reversed. Because with this ability, it is if you have 4 or more music characters. Your opponent's not going to attack this card first. It's going to attack the other cards, so this ability doesn't pop off. Unless your opponent isn't smart and doesn't ask, what does that card do? All in all, if I'm going to make a waifu deck for Yoshiko Tsushima, which I totally fucking am, I will build the deck revolving around this card. And those are the cards that we have today. Don't forget to subscribe for more Weiss Schwarz news and content, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.